started, everyone. Hey, good morning, everyone. Plans Chief Adam Colai with the Alaska team for your morning briefing for Tuesday, July 27th, 2021. It's going to be the morning briefing for the bootleg fire. Before we get started, I'd like to remind everybody, please, to mask up in those environments where social distancing isn't possible. And go ahead and spread out from your counterparts while you're out there. Break. Couple stats for the fire before we get started. Fire size this morning, 410,731 acres. That's an additional 1,120 acres since yesterday. We're at 53% containment, 2,257 personnel, and a cost of $55.3 million. Break. In your IAP this morning, you'll find some updated incident objectives. Please open those up to review if you've received those IAPs. If you haven't received those IAPs, listen up. I'll go ahead and read them now. Break. Objective number 1, provide for firefighter and public safety by developing and implementing sound strategies and tactics that take into account risk and probability of success. Ensure all resources have a clear understanding of assignments, associated hazards. Number 2, implement plans to protect identified values, including homes, businesses, infrastructures, community, timber, rangelands, and cultural values. Number 3, maintain and enhance relationships with agency partners, cooperators, stakeholders, and the public through timely and accurate information exchange. Ensure long-term strategies are communicated. Break. Number 4, provide for initial attack within the TFR and assist elsewhere if requested by the local unit and able to do so. Coordinate with the local dispatch center. Break. And 5, provide logistical support for identified base camps on the northeast, north, and south side of the incident. Ensure all assigned resources have adequate sleeping, eating, and support needs met to reduce firefighter fatigue and provide social distancing. Break. Number 6, follow CDC, local, state, and federal COVID mitigation guidance and protocols to reduce exposure, to protect firefighters and the public against the virus spread. Number 7, treat all personnel with dignity and respect by providing a harassment-free, zero-tolerance work environment. And finally, last, ensure financial and documentation packages are prepared in accordance with agency requirements and agreements are closed out when no longer necessary. Break. A transfer of command occurred just a few minutes ago at 0600 from Zone 1 and Zone 2. Those are now combined, and the Alaska Type 1 team has delegation of the fire. We'll start with Operations Karen Shull with a review of the current situation and the plan for the day.
Good morning. Current situation. Good morning. Karen Shull, Operations. Current situation, night shift, got out there, did some more good work up in the Lima Kilo area, as well as working the spot fire that occurred yesterday over in India. A lot of patrol and mop up in the rest of the fire, including in the Saipan Marsh area and down in the new Division Charlie area. Break. When you receive your maps or looking at your new maps, you'll notice that we've reworked the map along with all the divisions. So today, make sure you understand who you're working for and where your breaks are and who your new leadership is on the line. Break. We are now a 2-branch fire with the branch break being at drop point 401 in the west and drop point 638 in the east. Branch 2 will be to the north and branch 4 will be to the south. Break. Most of the division monikers up in the north have remained the same. We have Mike, Lima, Kilo, Juliet, India, and Echo. Break. Down in the south, we've combined many of the divisions, and we now have 3 divisions on the south: Charlie to the east, Gulf to the south, and Whiskey to the west. Break. For night operations, we will have 4 divisions, combining Kilo and Lima, and also India and Echo, and then have 2 divisions on the south providing patrol and mop-up work over the course of the evening. Break. Today's operations will be to continue and mop up on the southern half of the fire, picking up areas of concern. Now, there's a little bit of heat found out on the line out in the new Division Charlie area. So really taking care to get in and find those heats and put them to rest. Right? Continuing along the south in Gulf, Whiskey and Mike is mostly a patrol show. Careful out there on the slick roads. And up in Lima, we're looking at going direct and also improving our contingency lines. We're going to take advantage of the cooler and perhaps wetter weather in order to get in and see what we can do to button up that north corner. Also in Kilo, much of the same. Continue to mop up, hold, and look for opportunities to keep this fire as small as possible. Break. Juliet and India will continue to patrol, mop up, grid, and burn out pockets in order to deepen the line and secure all our edges. Break. And over in India and Echo, looking at picking up that spot that occurred yesterday, making sure that's out, and looking for any other spots that are potentially outside the line, as well as mopping up and getting a good grids along that whole flank. Understanding that there's a lot of ground to cover and not enough resources. So, guys, have a good day. Please make sure you understand who you're working for and the new configurations out there. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
Good morning, Bruno Rodriguez, IMT trainee. We're expecting a pretty active day out there weather-wise. There's already a thunderstorm tracking north over the eastern half of the fire, generating quite a bit of lightning and some brief moderate to heavy rain. Break. Expecting on and off showers through the day into tonight, and even a chance continuing into tomorrow. I expect activity to become more widespread after mid-afternoon and continuing through late evening and about midnight. That's when we're expecting the most activity out there. Break. I do think most of the fire stands a good chance of getting wetting rain that would exceed 1/10 of an inch. That being said, we can't completely rule out the odd dry lightning strike outside of that could pose initial attack concerns. Break. Obviously, with any thunderstorms, there's going to be a risk of lightning, as well as gusty outflow winds, 30 to 35 miles an hour. Break. Outside of any outflow winds, you're going to be looking at light diurnal terrain-driven winds through this morning, becoming west and northwest this afternoon, with gusts 15 to 20 miles an hour. Break. Humidity recovery this morning was a little bit better than previous days, up close to 40%, and I expect humidity to hold pretty much steady through the day. I think it'll really struggle to fall below 30-40% today. With that, also expecting a significant drop in temperatures, I think probably 8 to 10 degrees cooler today. Break. With that, I just want to leave you with one final thought. Please take a moment this morning to look at page 21 of your IRPG, the thunderstorm safety. Thank you and have a safe shift.
morning. Chris Moore, Fire Behavior. With the change in the weather, we're expecting a more moderate day for fire behavior today. It'll be a good day to secure line and perform some mop-up, but keep in mind those outflow winds. The fine fuels will react quite quickly to this moisture if there is rain and the increased humidity, but those larger fuels are still extremely dry, and if there is outflow winds coupled with heavy fuels, we could see torching and spotting. We're not expecting any problems anywhere around the fire where there's open line, but please pay attention to where you're working and the situation with storms developing in your area. Burnout opportunities will probably be limited today, but if there are areas of heavy concentration of fuels, you might be able to clean up some pockets. And then in the case of an IA, that's also going to be coupled with the chance of outflow winds, so be careful, because if there's an alignment between fuels topography and those winds, we could see large growth on any new starts. Thank you.
Good morning, Brian Deck, Air Ops trainee. Starting off, well, we are coupling, shutting down the Lakeview helibase, and all their equipment will be moving over to Whiskey helibase break. Additionally, today we kind of shrunk the TFR, got a smaller footprint on that, snugged it up to the existing control lines break. Safety message for the day is in your IAP, and it concerns transfer of command and all the watch-outs that go along with that. So just pay attention to what you're doing, take the extra steps to make sure you have the right frequencies, and know what we're doing before we launch into action. And in regards to that, all Zone 2 air frequencies will be current and relevant today. Thank you.
Good morning, Ross Atkinson Communications. So comp plan, no real changes in the current comp plan from the previous team, except we're just going to one zone. It should be Zone 2 on your radios. There were a few divisional TAC assignment changes, so please check your TAC assignments. We have 6 command repeaters on this fire. If you're using one and it doesn't work, try the other 5. Don't just try 1 or 2 that's in your area. You never know what might work for your radio. Break. So also there'll be no clone. As I said, there's no changes in the comp plan. We're going to use the comp plan that we already have. It's working well. We did have a complaint yesterday of foreign language on the command channel, so please stay off your crew nets. They may work in your state, but we change those frequencies from state to state, and you can't use those frequencies here. So please stay off those crew nets and just use what's on your comp plan. And with that, have a good day, and thank you.
Good morning. We're going to introduce the safety team here. My name is Tom Hudson. I'm one of the primary safeties on the team.
Jeff Hammes here. I'm going to be moving out to the fire at the forward operating bases today, and so I'll be available out there for all of you folks. We do have 3 safety officers out there right now working the day shift, 1 working night shift, and we have additional safety officers on order that should be here by the end of the week. In addition, we're having our field safeties. They're out, one of the tasks we've given them, working with ops, and we're getting those roads marked up there. We're getting the road numbers out, drop points re-identified, and so on. So if there's anything else that safety can do to help support you, please let us know. Get in touch with me. I'll be available, or any of our line safeties. Thank you.
Good morning, hello, Tom Greeling, Alaska Team Safety Trainee. My message today is about sharing vital safety information. When the Alaska team arrived several days ago, we hooked up with PNW 2 team, and they began sharing their vital safety information with all of us. We're asking all of you to continue doing that same thing, especially those folks that have been out there for a while. those folks that have more of that vital safety information, please identify those new incoming folks and share that information with them. And we'll all reach our goal of putting this fire out and going home safe. Thanks and have a good shift.
Morning, Meredith Lund, Medical. One thing we learned last year was the firefighters can stay healthy on the fire line. One of my favorite books is All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, which gives you little tidbits that you can take through life to make your life and everybody else's life better. But we can't stay in kindergarten forever. We have to move on. This year, we're going to do firefighter safety and health through the eyes of a first grader. First grade means using the alphabet. So, today is A. A is always. Always wash your hands. Wash your hands before you eat. Wash your hands when you come out of the porta potty. Wash your hands even after you shake hands with someone else. Wash your hands every chance that you get. Soap and water, hand sanitizer, if you need some, see us. That's the best prevention tool that we have against all infectious diseases. So, today, A, always wash your hands. Stay safe. Have a great day.
Good morning, Rosalind Sorrell, Finance Section Chief. We are asking resources to contact Finance 24 hours in advance of your demob date to make sure all your time is caught up. We have heavy demob today and even heavier tomorrow. We ask for your patience. It does take longer electronically, and I know it's frustrating, so we're doing the best we can, and we will try to do everything we can to get you out of here as soon as possible. Everybody have a safe shift.
And hello again, Adam from Plans. I'm joined here on the incident by Plans Chiefs Peter Buteri, who is out at Bly, Brandon Padron, who is out at Paisley, and Michael Williams, who's here at ICP with me. So there should be some section representation at those two camp locations. Break. Also, you may have figured this out already, but the QR code that's been used on the incident remains valid. All the links and forms in the background have been updated and changed with Alaska Team forms. That said, I'd like everybody to review the virtual demob process. You can find that on page 51 of the IAP. It is a virtual demob process, so please review that and be ready for your demobs. You need to start that process 3 to 5 days out. Again, page 51 of the IAP. Next, we'll go to Lead Resource Advisor, Mariah Helfin.
Hey, good morning out there, everybody. Lead Read, Mariah Helfin. We've got a lot of resource advisors out there with you, and so far the communication with them has been excellent. We also have some READ trainees, so I encourage you guys to share information, help them understand what you do, and vice versa. And also just a thanks to Division Juliet. If you haven't heard about the resource that they rescued, you might hear about it soon, but some little baby nighthawks that you guys brought in. That was pretty awesome. Saw the pictures. Thanks so much for what you do. Keep up the good commo with your reads.
Steve Bregman, Deputy IC trainee of the Oregon State Fire Marshal Red Team. Today is going to be the last day, and tonight will be the last night of the Oregon State Fire Marshal Structural Resources here on the Bootleg Fire. I want to thank everyone for their great collaboration between the structural and wildland resources. This partnership has paid off in dividends. The community, the ranchers, everyone has been extremely appreciative. And on top of that, all of the IMTs here, both past and present, thank you for everything you've done on this fire. Thank you.
All right, morning everybody. Norm McDonald, Instant Commander with the Alaska Team. I got a couple things in my mind this morning I want to hit on and focus on for the day. First one has been talked about a bit, but transfer of command. We know that's always a potential for a watch out. We usually think about the folks out on the line, and we will do that today. We got some changes in the division lettering, branches, a little change in the map, so that's a little watch out. So make sure we're communicating that. But I also want to just talk about some other transitions we're going through. We're moving camps, different driving routes. We've got some different public information folks out here, so new faces with the public. So as we transition through this today and the next couple of days, the key is going to be good communication. Ask questions. If you think you have information that's going to be useful, share that. We'll appreciate it. We're going to make this as smooth as we can for our agencies and the folks out in the line. The second thing I want to hit on today, and I was hoping this was behind us, but it's not. It's the COVID. It's back here with us. We were kind of hoping we'd be in 2021 in a new spot, being able to take some different mitigations, but we're back with a 2020 profile. So the focus for our team while we're here is firefighter and public safety. We're going to do that with sound tactics, good decision making, communication. On the COVID front, we're going to do that with what worked for us last year. So we're asking everybody to mask up again, both when you're in close quarters. If you're out in the public and the stores, wear your mask. That's our duty to protect the public. So let's take those precautions. Just do that. We think of the respect and duty as firefighters. Respect your fellow firefighters. Respect the public. It's our duty to protect them. Wear the mask, social distance, wash your hands. We'll have some guidance in the IEP about some of our expectations. But it's very clear from me, from our agency administrators, this is an important topic for us. We'll hit on this every day. As you brief your crews, hit on that, please. And we just appreciate the effort you're going to take with that. Just in closing here, I want to thank PNW2 and ODF1. We did the transitions with these guys and the fire marshal team. Great teams, great handoff. Have a safe drive back, guys. You're not done till you're home safe. So I look forward to working with you guys in the next one. And everybody out there, have a good shift. We'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right, thank you, Norm. That concludes the morning briefing for the 27th of July. Division breakouts should be happening there at your camp locations. Also, unassigned resources, anyone out there, go ahead and see a branch chief. They should also be at those camp locations. If you turn your radios and cell phones off for me, thank you very much, but don't forget to turn them back on. Have a great shift.